Hey internet friends, welcome back to my channel. It's Lindsay, or Lijo, and today I'm going to be speaking on how a function represents within its greater stack. If you'd like to talk to me about this subject or anything related to the cognitive functions, you can book a video session with me below on my platform Snug, and let's get started. So before I get too far into this, I want to start by saying, don't overcomplicate this for yourself. I know it's exciting to think of like, ooh, all the ways fi could look different in this slaw versus this one, and all the ways it could look different. So at the end of the day, you're looking at functions in a savior state or in a demon state. And a savior state is meaning that you're responsible for it. You feel as though you have to do it, whether you want to, whether you like it or not. And then in a demon state means you're just not taking responsibility for that function in a default direction. So that being said, let's get into the function reductions, or just kind of short phrases, sets of words that you can associate with a specific function in order to kind of turn it into a sentence or a readable phrase. I really think this is going to help with the directionality of when you're looking at a function process, when you're looking at a cognitive process, how someone is going from one to the other. If you're turning it into a sentence and you can actually read it, it makes a lot more sense than if you were to be like, oh, FI does this and TE does this and SI. You want to create a flow from beginning to end, just like our cognitive process does. TE, extroverted thinking, what works integratively. TI, introverted thinking, what works for me if I were the TI user. FE, extroverted feeling, what do they enjoy. FI, introverted feeling, what do I value? NE, extroverted intuition, all of the possibilities. NI, introverted intuition, the singular concept. Extroverted sensing, SE, real world options. SI, introverted sensing, order in reality. And yes, I know, they're very reduced, but for the sake of putting them into a sentence to create directionality within the cognitive flow, we're gonna do it like this. So to turn this into a sentence, we are going to say, I am responsible for first function, second function. Now you might need to tweak the words a little bit so it makes sense, but you'll get that. So let's create the savior function object for an ISTJ. I am responsible to keep the order in reality working integratively. And let's say you're an ENTJ. It would be, I am responsible for taking these integrations and making them work for a singular concept. Okay, so now we see how we can move a function around within this sentence or phrase with the other function reductions and what that creates, right, for those certain types. But what if it was in a demon state? So we're gonna use TE, extroverted thinking again, but this time we're gonna put it in sort of an if-then statement as it relates to the demon function, because what we're doing in a default state is saying, well, first I need to do my savior function, then I can do the demon function. So this is an easy way to kind of see how we're defaulting the responsibility to our savior functions first, but then we can do the other function. So here's sort of our template demon conditional statement, and it's going to be, once I consider or prioritize my savior function, then I can do my demon function. So for all of your standard IFPs and EFPs, and then your actually jumper INTJs, right? They're going to be prioritizing FI, introverted feeling, over extroverted thinking. So using our function reductions, how would this look? So let's drop FI into that conditional statement. So once I consider or prioritize what I value, then I can see what works. So now let's throw in the TI FE access into that conditional statement. So once I consider or prioritize what makes sense to me, then I can see what other people enjoy, or then I can attend to what other people enjoy. NI over SE, once I consider the singular concept, then I can look at the real world options. So that's it for this video. I hope these phrases help you articulate the direction of the cognition and how we approach these savior and demon states, and how we can use this as a tool to look at different function stacks and say, okay, how is this person's mind directionally looking at this information? How does it look like? How does this FI look different in this state than it does in this state? Again, it's very binary, savior versus demon states here. And I hope you use it well. So I will see you in my next video. Goodbye, internet friends. Function position Hey internet friends, these phrases are